So we have a new unexpected collab with Nike, and it's honestly more than a collab. It's going to be a permanent partnership, and I would have never expected this to become a thing, to be honest. And I don't think a lot of other people expect this to be a thing until we heard the rumors. But I feel like the rumors only surfaced because another party was creating a lot of noise, and that kind of surfaced the rumors. But it ended up being that the rumors are true. And it's that Kim Kardashian's brand Skims is now partnering with Nike. So you already know what that outside noise is. So we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about Skims. We're going to talk about Nike. We're going to talk about, Kanye later in the video, because overall just Skims and Nike I think is huge, even if we just cancel out Kanye as a whole. But we just cannot talk about the elephant in the room. So there is a lot to discuss. I do think that this is a huge partnership for Nike, and I do think that it will be very successful. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down a lot of the details and a lot of stuff that you need to know. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. So Skims was originally founded in 2019, and it took over the fashion scene pretty quick, especially competing with these other brands and stores like Fashion Nova, Sheen. The girls gotta shop at Sheen, Temu. You never know where these girls be shopping at. Lululemon, that was probably like one of their bigger competitors, and obviously with Kim Kardashian as the name behind it, it's obviously gonna circulate a lot of motion. And then she has done a lot of collabs. One of the more notable ones is with the NBA and the WNBA. We've seen players like Shea. He was wearing it, so I do think that boosted a lot of attention to it, and a whole bunch of other celebrities. Obviously, the girls like it, and for it to be in the NBA as well, it already makes it unisex to where Shea is a lot of people's favorite player. He's already known for dressing, his fits, things like that. So introducing that to the world through the NBA and all these other brands that they have collabed with, it just shows the high success with Skims. And also, Skims has already had multiple collections where they drop it and there are instant sellouts, and people are literally actively looking for some of the Skims selections that sold out on the website. So this already shows how successful Skims is, as a business, and partnering with one of the biggest companies in the world, especially when it comes to the athletic wear side of things. I think this is extremely huge. And another reason why this is huge is that I don't think we have any women representation, especially when it comes to athletic wear. Before we had Beyonce and Adidas, she had Ivy Park. The first one or two drops were obviously super hype. I think that's I don't want to say, I don't want any Beyonce fans, how the Beehive get, but that was kind of I wouldn't say the peak of her career, but there was definitely a lot of noise surrounding Beyonce, and everything was just so fresh, so hype. So her first two drops with Ivy Park did really good. I think everybody enjoyed it. And then the other ones, people just really forgot about it, to the point where they had to start returning items back to the original warehouse because they just weren't selling, and they were missing out on hundreds of millions of dollars. So that was definitely unfortunate, especially with Beyonce being one of the most influential women, at least in the music realm. Then next we had Rihanna with Puma. She had some good stuff. She's still dropping some shoes here and there, but it's kind of on the decline when it comes to that aspect of things. Obviously, she's killing it on her own with Fendi and things like that, and not to mention Skims has collabed with Fendi. So again, that is really good for just collaboration and attention to the brand. And then I think, we also had Cardi B with Reebok. That literally didn't do anything, and I don't even think they gave her clothes. I think they just gave her shoes, but that was literally terrible, and that was easily forgotten about. And I feel like these are really huge women when it comes to the music industry. And then the most recent we had was Meg Thee Stallion. And me personally, I actually did like her collection. I felt like it was very unique. I feel like the branding was pretty good. It kind of, match to her persona as an artist, as how she likes the anime and just her being herself. I think they did a really good job on it, but I think that was just probably like a one-time thing, and I doubt that we'll probably see any more Meg Thee Stallion like clothes or shoes anytime soon. So having Kim Kardashian filling this void for basically being the only, I wouldn't say only because obviously we have Meg, but this high level influence on a women's standpoint, I think that is extremely huge. And hey, if it sounds like I'm talking slow or congested, it is. I'm congested and I'm talking slow. I'm very sick, but I appreciate y'all for still tuning in. But Kim Kardashian, she is a high influence. So for her filling this empty void when it comes to Nike, where there's really no women's representation, that is actually super huge. And I think that with the focus of us being in like this gym era, this like very athletic and fit era, especially with like New Balance and brands like that, where they're coming in and basically stealing a little bit of the fan base. But the one thing I will say about New Balance is like, yeah, even though people are rocking New Balance shoes, people are still wearing like Nike gear. You know what I'm saying? You'll see some Nike leggings before you see some New Balance leggings. So having SKIMS is actually super crazy. I think I think everybody loves the brown palette, the central tones. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the nature tones, with like the brown, the creams, the dark browns, the mochas. I think everybody goes crazy for that. And again, this is a unisex thing. So I think eventually we'll get to the point where we'll actively be seeing men and women wearing SKIMS, especially if it's going to Nike. Now, I think in a man's head, even though we got the NBA collab, it's like, SKIMS is for women. And I actually just recently went to I didn't go in there, but I walked past it, a SKIMS storefront, and it was crazy. The store looked absolutely amazing. The line was wrapped around the store. It wasn't even a drop. It was just a regular Friday, and people were just lined up. So I can only imagine what they're going to do with Nike. And this isn't just a collab. This is a partnership, so this is going to be a long-term thing. We can expect some collections dropping 2025, but 2026 is going to be 1,000% global. And another thing that makes SKIMS really good is that, and let me just double check with the sizings here. Yeah, they go all the way from a extra small to a 5X. So we're also in this like world where we want to give acknowledgement to plus size people and things like that, and even the like really small people, because I know a couple of females and they'll be like, it's just really hard to buy my type of clothing versus like outside of like going into like kids, and a grown woman doesn't want to be shopping in the kids section, depending on what she's trying to wear. So having that being just so universal and attending to everybody, it is so amazing. I think this is going to be 100%. And another thing which I think is going to be the most craziest thing, and this is where we can kind of start talking about Kanye at this point. It's not just clothing. It's going to be footwear too. So I'm going to say this. Nike basically got Kanye without having to get Kanye. And I think this is an amazing move because obviously Kim Kardashian compared to Kanye is not a brand risk. However you want to think of either parties, Kanye is wilding right now. Whether you know what he's doing, you don't know what he's doing, but he is wilding. And I think at this point in time, I don't think there will be a single brand, at least on this level, that's going to take Kanye. Not saying that he needs it. But Kardashian, on the other hand, she's also established, and outside of her tape from back in the day, which no one really cares about at this point because OF is just going crazy. So that's basically like water under the bridge at this point, right? She's not a brand risk, but Kanye did help found SKIMS, and also he has 5% partnership in this. Like I said, you can tell the blueprint was written by Kanye. Kanye definitely gave her the idea and the approach of how to handle SKIMS. 1,000%. It's like literally not even debatable. And so Obviously, I'm pretty sure she still has access to him. I don't know if he would be willing to joint help. But I do know that she more than likely has access to at least some of the same people who were working with Kanye. And like literally the worst case scenario, she has her daughter, which is like Kanye in a girl's body. You know what I mean? So regardless, she's gonna be able to be innovative to where this is gonna be a long-term thing. They're gonna have multiple collections that are gonna sell out, and having another aspect of just like selling out. You know, obviously we have shoes selling out all the time with Nike, but having clothes sell out too and at a rapid rate, that's gonna bring so many people to Nike, right? That's like I'm trying to think of another collection that like sells out. Like Stanley, like the Stanley cups for instance, right? Say Nike did a collab with Stanley and they would drop new Stanley cups every month. That would be a whole different demographic that's coming in every month for the Stanleys versus your normal, you know, athletic people, your sneakerheads, etc. That's bringing a whole different demographic. So imagine we have a sneaker release on Friday and then we have a SKIMS release Saturday, to the point where two different demographics are lining up and seeing each other. That's expanding the culture, and that's getting a whole new community together. And I think that would be 1,000% amazing. And it's gonna get to the point where, like I said, SKIMS does plan on doing footwear too. So it's gonna be a point where you're gonna get sneakerheads and resellers in the same lines as, you know, like somebody's mom. You know, and she's actually trying to purchase the SKIMS, or, you know, or for her daughter, whatever the case may be. So this is actually super amazing. Now I think Nike also did it at the right time too. I don't see a world where they didn't reach out, because I think they perfectly timed this to where, you know, obviously she's gonna, no matter what she does in life, she's always gonna be associated with Kanye. That's just how it's gonna be. So with that being said, Kanye goes on this crazy rant, and obviously we can't recruit Kanye, nor do we even know if he wants to come back to Nike. But yeah, let's just get his ex-wife, who has been there every step of the way of Yeezy, you know, without any like, you know, any backlash towards her. I think this is an amazing deal. I think Nike knew what they were doing, and this is like in NBA terms, this is like Luka getting traded to the Lakers. No cap. This is literally Luka getting traded to the Lakers, bro. Oh my gosh, this is actually super crazy. I'm excited. Now, I will say the price point on this is probably going to be insane, but if we're basically getting Yeezy 2.0, if we're getting Yeezy season at Nike, at Foot Locker, with shoes and apparel, literally everybody wins in this situation. I don't think anybody will be disappointed in this whatsoever. And I think this is definitely innovative for Nike. I think this is huge for Nike, and this is setting the pace, because Nike is coming crazy. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, Nike's back in their bag, and I think they're solidifying their #1 spot again, because it's going to be hard for every other brand, even like, and I'm not even just including like Asics, New Balance, etc. I'm talking about Fashion Nova. I'm talking about Shein. I'm talking about all these just clothing brands in general. Nike is taking that space too. So yeah, you know, they were last year, a couple years ago, they were competing with New Balance, Asics, and obviously, you know, they're always competing with a clothing brand here and there, you know, to a certain degree. But no, this is literally like a vacuum in the industry, and it's just taking from everybody. Once SKIMS gets fully adapted and immersed into Nike, it's going to be so over, bro. But you guys can let me know how you feel about the whole SKIMS collection. And yeah, let me know about Kanye too, man. That's going to be interesting. I don't think Kanye will do anything. I think Kanye will just let it ride. And I don't think Kanye can really do anything to harm, or I wouldn't say benefit, because he could definitely add his 2 cents to it. But he's probably getting, like, Kardashian, bro, like, I don't know their business, but deep down, bro, she could probably hit bro up and be like, yo. Or, you know what I'm saying, worst case scenario, his people or his daughter. So, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, fall out. Peace.